This is Don Carlo Pasono for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate.
Don
available
Carlo Pasono.
Yes. I'm gonna stand there, makes me taller.
You need to, yeah. Right, Willie Carson.
Willie Carson?
Yeah.
Oh, the jockey?
Yeah.
See, impressed with my sport knowledge there.
You're not looking as fresh as you
I'm not
once
looking
were.
Fresh.
No.
This is bollocks.
I think it's because you've lost your tan
this
from
morning
Australia.
I played paddle,
What's
done
that
a
got to
little
do with
gym
it?
sesh with the fantastic Andy McCarr.
So you did paddle and a gym sesh?
Yeah, and tonight I'm boxing.
Wow.
Tomorrow we're paddling
Triple
again.
sesh.
Edward, I'm on fire.
Oh,
the boy's in his prime.
I mean, we need a fire extinguisher.
We do
Parsons
need a fire.
is on fire.
That's absolutely it. Don't you look at me and just think, wow, unit, wish I was like that at 21, charge it to the game. I know you're doing well now,
Charge it to the game.
That's my favourite saying at the minute, Edward.
You are such a bellend.
Do you not think that's a good saying for life? Charge it to the game.
What do you mean by charge it to the game?
So give me a encounter in your life that's a little bit irritating.
Meeting you.
Okay. And then you're like, oh shit, I've got to go to work, right? You get up in the morning, work gears you up, G's you up, you're like banging, bosh. And then you're like, oh, I've got to stand here and do an interview with Don Carlo Pasono. So you're like, charge it to the game.
So if you don't want to do something, it's basically like, charge it to the game.
Not really, but it's just a bit of an inconvenience of a situation. You can just be like, charge it to the game. So this interview
kind of like something that I've got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like...
So I could say something differently. So rather than saying, charge it to the game, yeah, I could just go, well, it's just something that you've got to do.
Yeah, but that would just be a bit boring and a bit 44 and stiff and uptight in a suit.
Ooh, I put a suit on today.
I know, I was quite impressed.
Do you know what I mean?
But I
thought we'd step it up because I didn't want to look like you anymore.
Well, I know you can't pull it off though, Edward, unfortunately. That's not very you, that band. But I'm not going to say anything in case it's like a gift
my
from
daughter,
a bit of sentiment.
Yeah, she made it. It says Dad.
Okay.
So if I take it off, I'll get told off. So,
okay, fair enough. What's happening, geez?
Now you're a bit fucked after that, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
No, but I knew
you're going
to
give me a bit of abuse, and you're like, yeah. How do you feel now,
That's why I asked carefully.
Oh, very carefully.
That's why I asked carefully.
Come on then.
What's happening?
Everything is good. We've got a massive run coming up. I mean, I have to say, although we have a brilliant fight card in Manchester on Saturday, great main event, we are gearing up to head to Saudi for what is just obscene next week. When are you going?
I'm going Sunday.
Are you flying to Dubai?
I believe we're on the same flight.
Oh no, not the 1:30 or whatever it is.
Yes.
Oh my God.
My brother Eduardo.
Oh, luckily you won't be in first.
You've got to deal with me and Oscar.
Yeah, but I won't be back there, mate.
You got a little surprise coming your way, Shan.
What, you in first? First? Oh no. Do you know how lucky that I'm not in business?
Huh?
Can you imagine if I was in business and you and Oscar are in first?
No, we're obviously not in first class. Can you imagine?
No, I didn't
Absolutely
think so.
got you hook, line and sinker.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Catchall Barboza.
Yeah, great fight. I mean, really is two of the top 140 pounders in the world. I think the winner's going to be world champion. I mean, the interim belt's on the line. Ultimately, subject to what happens in Riyadh next week, it's probably likely that Teofimo will fight Richardson Hitchens in the unification. If he does, the winner will have to fight the winner of this fight. And I'm not sure they will. I mean, I think Richardson will. If Teo was to win, he'd probably step up and try and fight Boots or something like that. So I think the winner of Saturday night is going to be world champion. And if it was Jack, you really couldn't, say that he deserves it. He should be undisputed already. And he's gone through, Linares a couple of years ago, granted towards the end of his career. Josh Taylor in a rematch, great win. Regis Prograis and Barboza if he beats him. But Barboza's up for it. And I think it's a great card on Saturday. This main event broadcast, the main card broadcast, all good domestic
Very
fights. Bellotti against Gomez Jr. for the British and Commonwealth title. We know the backstory there. Pat McCormack against Robbie Davis Jr. I really like that fight. And Liverpool against Manchester. Zelfa against Jazza Dickens as well. So really good card. Great before the bell as well. Particularly look out for the debut of Conor Tudsbury, GB standout, light heavyweight. And looking forward to a brilliant show in Manchester. And then off to Saudi. And then the week after that, we have Canada, our first Canadian show.
Frank Smith on the old Zoom press conference.
I know.
Where is he?
Well, I couldn't make it, so I had to let him do it, really. And then a couple of days later, we're 8,000 sellout. Croc O'Donovan, going to be wild in Belfast. And then after that, March 15th, Orlando, Edgar Berlanga returns. Amo Williams, Amari Jones. March 22nd, we're in Sydney. Kambosos against Jordan, Sky Nicholson against Tiara Brown, Shanika Johnson against Nina Hughes. Great card in Sydney.
You missed the main event.
What?
You missed the main event there.
What? I don't know if you're going.
Oh.
It's not on me.
I'm hearing it is on you.
No, it's absolutely not. No, it's on DAZN.
Oh, that's calm then.
So,
absolutely.
you got to speak to DAZN.
Fine. Well, we kind of have just done that.
Well, no, I'm
it's just
not.
kind of been pushed back on you.
No. If
Edward,
DAZN want
to see the boy get stuck in at Bondi Beach.
Not really, no.
And do some great work.
Not really.
At the same time.
You need to speak to DAZN.
Worlds collide.
Anyway,
your schedule.
That's March 22nd. March 28th, we're in Altrincham for Pat Brown's debut. It's going to be wild there, 3,000. Then April 12th, massive fight night, Atlantic City, Boardwalk Hall, Jaron Ennis against Stanionis. April 19th will now be a show that we will announce soon in the UK. April 26th will be Ben Eubank. And then we go May 3rd, big Canelo out in Riyadh, and then on we go.
Bit of Johnny Fisher.
Johnny Fisher will be headlining.
In May?
I don't know about Dave Allen. I mean, look.
Why?
Because I'm like...
You changed your mind, Edward.
No, I want the fight. The problem is that no one really understands the numbers, right? So you can pluck a number out of the sky of what you think you should get for a fight, but if the show doesn't make sense and it doesn't work financially, then I'm not sure we can do it. And if someone wants to outprice, and I'm not saying Dave's outpriced himself because I haven't even spoken to him about numbers yet, but like Johnny, I had a meeting with him yesterday. Johnny wants a rematch, but it's got to work for everybody as well. So hopefully we can get it done. But we may do another fight first and then do Dave Allen after. But I think if Johnny Fisher gets his way, it will be Dave Allen next. But I'm not appealing to Dave Allen to be sensible. He's got to get well paid, much more than last time.
You will make an offer for
yes,
that fight next.
I will make an offer for Dave Allen next. Ooh. And it will be substantially more than what he got last time. So we'll see.
Dave Allen said, how do you recover from a beating? The rematch is a mismatch, and that he was fucking belting him.
Well, then if the rematch is a mismatch, when he gets a lot more for this one than he did for the first fight, he'll accept it. So the proof will be in the pudding.
Global boxing giant DAZN continue with a little Frank Warren Queensbury UK schedule. Your thoughts on what was announced?
I think fantastic. I mean, it's quite weird all being on the same platform, but also at the same time, like, there's two elements to it. Number one, I want to have a better schedule than Frank Warren. Number two, I want Frank Warren to have the best schedule possible for DAZN subscribers, so we get more subscribers. Do you know what I mean?
Sword.
Yeah, that's right, Parsons.
Get
yeah,
up.
Brick. So yeah, I think the heavyweight card here really good. Like that card, you know, Anto Kakachi. You know my thoughts on that, but it's still a good fight with Lee Wood and Josh Taylor against Echo Eskerman. Yeah, good fight to come back to. So
who?
Echo Eskerman.
Eskerman.
Echo. What? Echo Eskerman. Oh, I put a K in there.
Well, it's not his name. It's like me calling you Eddie Kearns.
No, because you've dropped an H.
All right,
it would have to be
Eddie Kearns. Bants. Are you actually laughing? Does that mean you found me funny?
No, for a prick from the Cotswolds, that was quite
funny.
Up.
Yeah. The schedule, out of curiosity, like, do you ever look at it, I think, especially as a sort of Joe Joyce, Dillian White one, and sort of not think, I could have got involved, could have had a conversation with Dillian,
I didn't think Dillian would be as I understood it, I didn't think Dillian could fight in Britain.
So you didn't do your research, basically?
No, you're right, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest with you. I just, obviously I've been through the kind of bend. So you're hardly destroying me. In fact, you'll never destroy me. You're standing on a box to interview me. That is true. So firstly, you can never destroy me by standing on a box to talk to me. I like life
at this height. It's quite good fun.
If you were that height...
absolute fucking machine.
Oh my God. I would love to have been in Bondi and Sydney with you and Johnny Fisher.
Oh, mate.
Anyway, that's one for another interview.
Yeah, it is.
Are we done?
No.
Oh, right.
I was having a fun. Yes.
Oh yeah, check his vlog. Yeah, I'll make sure I do that tonight. Yeah.
Vlogs, big up. Thank you, Andy McCart, for that. Me and Oscar were having a conversation earlier. Obviously, the Teofimo Lopez fight might be in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
So we were just like thinking, like, what are funny other venues that boxing could now be held at?
But also like with Alcatraz, but serious, you'll probably bump into a couple of fellas from Cotswolds in Alcatraz, isn't it? Oh, like for the crimes they committed, down in Cheltenham, Yeah.
Gee.
No,
like funny other. Only in boxing.
Look, I will say that this is all coming out now. This conversation started maybe 3 months ago with His Excellency, right? And he was like, "Look, I want to do shows, you know, in Times Square and Alcatraz, and I'm like, what? And then, as you do when you go around there's a big screen, and all his team, you know some of them, they put up all the research, the images of how it would look, and you're just like, this is actually genius. Like, why should boxing, obviously you want to generate a gate, but when the gate's not really as important in their situation, you want to do things that's going to create huge exposure. And a fight in Alcatraz jail would definitely do that. So we shall see.
The man them on the ferry to Alcatraz and that. Oh, Edward. Oh my God.
The man them on the ferry to Alcatraz and that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What did you make of Jake Paul's reaction to the fallout about the Canelo fight?
Well, I think he was probably extremely frustrated because he was probably sitting on 80 mil or 100 mil.
100 M's.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but sometimes you just get shocked by the lion.
Do not mess with the lion.
Don't mess with the lion.
Don't mess with the lion. Whittaker Cameron.
Yes.
What do you make of that? The rematch?
Yes, it's a fight that should happen. You know, I mean, it's the level is the level, but
what level is that fight? Would you say?
British title eliminator, something like that.
Eliminator.
Yeah. Oh, British title. Yeah, British title
level,
eliminator. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I mean, it depends who's fighting for it. Like heavyweight, you know, you got Lyndon Arthur, you got Callum Smith, you got Yard. They're probably world level guys. But yeah, it's a good fight.
All right. Lastly, from me, on a more serious note, we saw Joe G obviously put out earlier the statement about his cancer. Very sad. Obviously, all from the boxing world. We're all sending our wishes. Obviously.
Absolutely. I texted Joe earlier, and you know, not everyone gets on in boxing, but we all. I think underlying, we all care about everybody in boxing, you know, and obviously that news is terrible. We wish Joe all the best, and you know, I texted him. I said, "You're the most stubborn bastard I've ever met, so I know you got this. So you know, God bless him, and look over him, and hopefully he can get through it."
Edward, as always, thank you very much for speaking to us at the Stomping Ground.